We have here is our Algebra 2, 1 through 65 review. Pay close attention to this. Everything that is on your test should be addressed in this review. I'm trying to get this out as quickly as I can. All right, let's start off with number 1 now. At the end of this, you guys have this document so you can look through the answer key and with that answer key see what lessons everything comes from. So I won't be giving you all that information. You have that. This first one says which expression converts 35 feet per second into miles per hour. I'm going to start off by doing our 35 feet per 1 second. You can do this a number of different ways. The way we're going to do this is we're going to get our feet over to miles. So we're going to get feet here, all right, and our miles here. We got 1 mile for every 5,280 feet. Right, that successfully converts feet to miles. And now we need to get seconds to hours. We've talked about this a long while back. So we got our seconds up top, our hours on the bottom, 1 hour. And this is 3,600 seconds to an hour. It's 60 seconds to a minute, 60 minutes to an hour. So essentially what this boils down to is 35 times 3,600 over 5,280. And that's going to get me into miles per hour, which should be what we see right here. I'll look through, find my answer key list, make sure I'm not getting anything wrong here, and we're pretty good there. Okay, all right, number 2, let's come across the way. Which binomial is a factor of x cubed minus 6x squared minus 7x minus 42? All right, so some of these can be kind of tricky. Some of these can be solved by grouping. Others you have to use synthetic division multiple times to find your answer. It's really nice when they do work by using grouping. So here I can take out, we can take out an x squared. All right, we're going to get x minus 6. Let's see, in here, it looks like I can divide all of that by 7. In fact, let's divide it by -7. And -7 times 6, or -6 would be 42. So this one I can factor down. It's going to give me x squared minus 7 times x minus 6. And so because x minus 6 is a factor, that works out right there. B for my answer. Now, if that hadn't worked and we couldn't, we would get, let's say these things didn't come out to be the same, then I would start setting up synthetic division with 1, -6, -7, and 42. And as I erase, clear out of the way, I'm either going to put, I could put 3 here, I could put, +6, -6, and -3, and whatever's going to give me a remainder of 0 is it going to be the factor. So you might have seen a question like that on your last test. Okay, this one works out really nicely, but you may not get one that necessarily works out so nice. Okay, let's come down to number 3. Which binomial is a factor of 4x cubed minus 8x squared minus 5x minus 10? Okay, and we'll see how well this one works out. All right, start off with, it looks like we can take out a 4x squared, leaving me with x plus 2. Over here, it looks like we could take out a -2, or sorry, -5. -5, leaving me with x plus 2. So again, just like number 2. Let's see, so we have 4x squared minus 5, and we have x plus 2. Okay, and because x plus 2 is in our available answers, we're going to go with x plus 2. Okay, let's go down to number 4. I think that's probably over. These kind of put them all in strange places. At a constant rate, distance varies directly as the time elapsed. Okay, The speed of sound in air is about 335 feet per second. How long would it take for sound to travel 5,025 feet? So basically what they're saying at this first part is that distance varies directly as elapsed time. So that's really rate times time. Okay, so how long would it take for sound to travel 5,025 feet if my rate is 335? And so that's leaving me with t here, so I'm simply going to divide by 335. Okay, so we're going to grab our calculator. Let's see. 5,000, let's clear some stuff up there. 5,025 divided by 335. All right, and I'm getting 15. Let's check our answer there. 15 seconds is what we want to see. 15 seconds. Okay, number 5, what is the determinant of? Okay, so we've got a 3 by 3 here. So if we're wanting to find the determinant of this, this is where we're actually going to go into our graphing calculator. So in the end, what you're going to end up writing is DET with this box. All right, so we're going to go through this on how to actually get the determinant, because the written out way is much too time consuming for us to be effective at it. So we're going to hit second matrix. We're going to edit matrix A. Keep things simple. We're going to have a 3 by 3. We've got 4, 3, negative 3, 3, 1, negative 4, negative 4, 1, 3, kind of lost my place there, negative 2. Okay, looks like everything. We're going to go back, second matrix, and we're going to see this DET right here. So we're going to hit determinant. Actually, we probably need to just clear that out. So let's come back to this determinant, second matrix A, and I get a determinant of 67. 67 is our determinant. Okay. All right, so you have to know what you're doing there. That's how it needs to show up. You're going to put the numbers in that box. All right, so you're going to need a graphing calculator. Okay, number 6. Multiply x minus 5 times x plus 4 times x plus 6. All right, the easiest part to this is that look at it as one section where we would FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is positive 4x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times 4 is negative 20. Let's go ahead and take this. We got x squared minus 1x minus 20. And we're going to multiply that by x plus 6. So we're going to distribute to every single term. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 6x is positive 6x squared. Then we're going to get negative 1x times x. So it's going to be negative x squared minus 6x. And we have negative 20x. And finally we have, let's see, I believe negative 120. Sometimes my brain goes a little wonky here. Negative 20 times 6 is negative 120. Finally, we want to combine like terms. X cubed is the only thing we've got here. We have 6x squared minus 1x squared, so it's going to be positive 5x squared. Negative 6x minus 20x is negative 26x minus 120. Set that equal to 0, and we can see what our answer comes out to be. If we match up x cubed plus 5x squared minus 26x minus 120 is our answer. So this is what you want. Okay, really not too hard. You're just going to FOIL twice. All right, let's come up to 7. Golfer hits a golf ball. quadratic function y equals negative 16t squared plus 48t gives the time in seconds after the golf ball is hit at a height of 0 feet. How long does it take for the golf ball to return to the ground? All right, so we've seen questions like this before. Essentially, we're trying to solve for t. So if we have negative 16t squared plus 48t, we want to look and see what we can factor out. Well, we know we can factor out a t. Question is, can we take out any more? Is 48 divisible by negative 16? And it is. So we're going to take out a negative 16t. That's going to leave me with t. And negative 16 goes into 48 negative 3 times. All right, so we're going to take each of these, this negative 16t, and set it equal to 0. So we divide by negative 16, you're going to get t equals 0. And what that means is that before the ball has been hit, it's on the ground. So 0 seconds isn't what we're looking for. But then we're going to take t minus 3 equals 0. We're going to add 3 to the other side. So we're going to get t equals 3. So we're going to get 3 seconds for my answer. 3 seconds. Okay, so it's a factor out, and solve for 0. All right, number 8. It says classify the system as consistent or inconsistent, determine the number of solutions. So we're going to go back to our matrix for this, okay, and see if it gives us a solution. Okay, let's get a second matrix. We're going to edit here. Let's see, we are not a 3 by 3 anymore. We have 3 rows, 4 columns. So we're actually a 3 by 4. Okay, 3 by 4. So we have 4, 1, negative 2, negative 1. Okay, we've got 2, 7, 8, 7. And then we have 3, negative 3, negative 4, and 3. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to hit second mode, we're going to hit second matrix, we're going to go down to RREF. And then we're going to hit second matrix, and we're going to select our matrix A. And notice, what I'm going to end up writing on my paper is RREF. And I'm going to fill that in with numbers. You're going to tell me that, hey, we got 2, negative 3, and 3. So this is X, this is Y, this is Z. And because I got one solution, we're going to write one solution. And we're going to say that it's consistent. But I highly suggest, going back and looking at, where is it? Give me a second here. Going back and looking at lesson 29 and seeing what the different possibilities come out to. If I get a weird answer, what is that? It's probably not going to be consistent. Okay, so we want to know what the other possibilities are going to read off as. Okay. All right, ready for number 9. There are 18 students participating in a spelling bee. How many ways can the students who go first, second, third, and fourth be chosen? All right, first, second, third, and fourth. Well, 18 of them could go first, but once somebody goes first, only 17 of them can go second. And once that person's been chosen, only 16 are available to go third. Once that person's been chosen, only 15 are available to go fourth. So 18 times 17 times 16 times 15 to me is the easiest way to find that. Let's see if I'm correct. Sometimes I'm not. Okay, we got 18 times 17 times 16 times 15. I get 73,440 ways. And if I look, that's what they get. They got 73,440 ways. So that's how we've got that up there. Okay. We'll go ahead and just write that up there in case somebody's not listening. 73,440 ways. That's number 9. All right. Number 10, we're about a third of the way there. Okay, 11a plus 4 over 13b plus 3, assuming that no variable can equal 0. So we're going to start off with this first part here. We're going to write that as 11 over a plus 4 over 1. We got to get a common denominator, so we're going to multiply by a over a. That's going to be 11 plus 4a over a. Okay, that's my numerator. Down here, we're going to write that as 13 over b plus 3 over 1. Right, so we're going to multiply this by b over b, so I get a common denominator, and I'm going to get 13 plus 3b all over b. Okay, so now what I have is I've got a fraction divided by a fraction. I can't divide a fraction by a fraction, but I can multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to distribute the b to the numerator. That's going to give me 11b plus 4ab. And then on the bottom, we're going to distribute to a to the 13 plus 3b. So that's going to give me 13a plus 3ab. We'll check our answer here, 11b plus 4ab over 13a plus 3ab. Okay, the answer is right there. All right, number 11, simplify the expression. Okay, when it's just a radical in the denominator, we're going to multiply by that radical in the numerator and the denominator. What that's going to be is radical 6 times radical 5 is radical 30 over radical 5 times radical 5, which is 5. We're going to check and see if 30 can be reduced at all. We get 2 and 15, 3 and 5. There's not 2 of anything there, so should just be left with radical 30 over 5. Radical 30 over 5 is our answer. Okay, let's come down to 12. You guys have seen this question a lot. It's going to ask for L, given that this is a 45 right triangle. The width of this is 16, but we need the length of this, which is 17. So if we talked about this before, we're going to get 17 divided by radical 2. Okay, 17 divided by radical 2 because we are with a ratio of x to x radical 2. So if I want to solve for x, okay, if I have something in that x radical 2 position, I'm going to divide by radical 2, to solve for x. Okay, and that's going to come out to 12 whenever we do it. But again, you guys have seen this problem so many times, we should be able to do that in our sleep. Okay. 13 is back up here. The function f of x equals 90,000 times 0.999 to the x, where x is the time in years, models a declining feral cat population, predicted number of feral cats there will be in 8 years. All right, this we're going to go to our graphing calculator to let it do a lot of our work here. All right. Let's see, let's go to y equals, okay, because f of x, 90,000 times 0.999 to the x. All right, we could see a graph of this. Should be an exponential decay function, if it ever shows it. Maybe it won't. All right, we're not really concerned with that too much. Let's see. Where x is the time in years. Maybe I did something wrong. 90,000.999 to the x. All right, so we're going to hit that second graph again. We can't see what we need to see. We just want to see how many cats are going to be in 8 years. In our case, x represents that. So if you'll notice, our answer is 89,283 cats. Okay, that is our answer. So 89,283 283. Okay, so what you probably would show me on here is your x and y. So, give me 6, 7, 8, where you're showing me that eighth year, 89,283. Up here we got 89,372. And what do we have for our 6 year? 89,461. So that's showing me that, hey, I plugged this in my calculator, I followed the table of values to the eighth year, and got the number of cats. So that's how I want you to show me your work for that answer. Okay. All right. 14. All right, let's move on to question number 14. We're getting about halfway there. Simplify, assume that all variables are positive. All right, so what we're going to do is first we're going to look at our variable and our exponent. We're going to divide 10 by 5. So we're going to be able to take that out to the outside. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then we want to take 243 down. We want to divide that by all those primes, and if we get 5 of any one thing, we're going to take that to the outside. So I'm going to try a couple different things. 243 divided by 3, fortunately comes out to 81. Of course, we know that divides by 9, which means it must divide by 3. So we get 27. 3 is 9. 3 is 3. All right, so it looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes, which is going to come out as 1, 3. So we're going to get 3z squared as our answer on that. Okay. All right. Double check. 3z squared works. Okay. Let's come down to 15. Use the unit circle to find the exact value of the trigonometric ratio sine 240 degrees. All right. So I'm going to make a coordinate plane here. Notice it's positive 240 degrees, so we're going on our initial side, and we're going to go counterclockwise. Hopefully we're familiar at that point that this is 90 degrees, this is 180, 270. So if we're at 240 degrees, we're going past 180, we're going to wind up down here somewhere. We want to know the trigonometric ratio, which means what we're trying to find here, all right, is going to be based upon that reference angle. And so we need to take 240 minus 180 to see what that reference angle is going to be. And it should be 60 degrees. Okay? So if we have 60 degrees here, then we have 30 degrees here. We've got right angle there. So now I just follow my special right triangle ratios for 30, 60, 90. Just going to make this -1 because, and it's 1, but it's -1 because we're left of the y-axis. What's opposite of 60 is radical 3, but it's negative because we're below the x-axis, and this is always just 2. It's my hypotenuse, so it's positive. But because we want the sine, right, we want to take that 60 degree and find out what is opposite over hypotenuse. And that's negative radical 3 because it's opposite 60 over 2, my hypotenuse. Okay. So we get, negative radical 3 over 2 is my answer. Okay, but this is my work, and this is how I've got to show it. Okay, 16. Solve x squared plus 4x minus 5 using your graphing calculator. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. Take our graphing calculator here. You'll have to ask for one if you don't have one. Okay. Well, we're going to go to our y equals. We'll clear out that guy. We're going to write in x squared plus 4x minus 5. And because it's x squared, there should be 2 solutions, which means if I look at a graph of this, there should be 2 places where the graph crosses the x-axis. We see them here and here, but it's hard to tell what the exact values are. It looks like 1 and negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what it looks like, but we're going to confirm it. All right, so we're looking for places where y equals 0. Notice that y equals 0 at 1. Okay, so 1 is a solution. And looks like -5 is a solution. So what they're looking for their answer set on that is, let's see, x equals -5 and x equals 1. What you're going to do with this is you're going to show me, and we're going to say, 1 and -5. You can even give me the coordinates there where we're at 1, 0 and -5, 0. Okay, and that's how I'm getting my solutions because that's the graph that we're given. Or you can give me the table of values where you're showing me, let's see. Hold on. I did that wrong, I guess, because it's 0 at -5, but you notice it's -5, 0. So we'd get -5, 0, right? You could get several others here, but really that's what I'm looking for right there. Okay, so a couple different ways to show your work. Okay, because whenever you are using a calculator, I need to at least know that that you can prove to me how you got your answer. All right. Let's see, 17. We've got x plus 4 squared equals -121. All right. So what we're going to do with this, we've got x plus 4 squared equals -121. We're going to square root both sides. So it's going to give me x plus 4 equals plus or negative. And we can take out an I from this, and the square root of 121 is 11, so it's really plus or minus 11i. It's plus or minus because we square rooted the left-hand side. It could be positive or negative. Then we're going to subtract 4. So the way we're going to write this is x equals -4 plus or minus 11i. Okay, -4 plus or minus 11i. And hopefully you understand that. If you don't, make sure that you ask on either Monday or Tuesday, whenever your review day is. Okay, let's get down to 18. What is 4 squared equals 16 in logarithmic form? Okay, so the first thing to do in that is we have to write log. We're going to bring the 4 down. We're going to move the 16 across, and we're going to move the 2 across. So you need to go back and watch that lesson 64, go into a lot of detail over how to take exponential form and turn it into log form, and vice versa. But suffices to say, our first number is only ever going to go up or down, and these two guys are going to switch places across the equal sign. Okay, number 19, find the number of terms in the binomial expansion. We're going to write 26. Okay, because there's 25, always one more term, and make sure to include the word term, then exponent. You can't just say there's always one more than exponent. Okay, I want to know that there's one more term than exponent. Okay, 26 in this case. Okay, 20. There are 7 singers competing in a talent show, and how many different ways can the singers appear? Essentially, because 7 singers, it's going all the way on down the line. Yeah, you got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, which is the same thing as 7 factorial. So 7 factorial in your calculator looks like this. 7, math, probability. Go down to number 4, factorial, hit enter, and it's 5,040. Now you could just simply multiply 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, but I think 7 factorial is a little quicker. Okay, 5,040 ways. Okay, so far I feel like a lot of these are pretty easy. You guys shouldn't have too much of a problem. 21, we are multiplying by the conjugate. So a lot of folks had problems with this earlier in showing their work. Okay. okay, because they just assumed it's over 1 or whatever. So what we're getting here is we're going to distribute. So we are getting 9 radical 11 plus 9 radical 10. On the bottom, you're getting radical 11 times radical 11, which is 11. And you're getting radical 10 times radical 10, which is negative 10. So all that is 1. And so it is just 9 radical 11 plus 9 radical 10. But that's only because this shows that in order of something that's 1 bigger than something else. If that had been, say square root of 17 minus square root of 10, you would have gotten a very different answer. So I do need to see all of this work in order for you to be able to just get this. Okay, I need to see that this comes down to over 1, and that's why we only wind up with the numerator. Okay, let's see, looks like we need to go back up and grab 22. Okay, a lot like the one we saw before, except a little bit more complicated. X plus 5 in the denominator and 12 in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 12 over 12. I'm going to multiply by x plus 5 over x plus 5. Let's see, that's giving me 24. And then I've got, and then we could just put this 12 times x plus 5 if we wanted to. Okay, something like that. Well, we'll go ahead and distribute it. We'll call it 12x plus 60. Okay, and then we've got x minus 4 times x plus 5. So that's going to be, and this isn't negative, so we don't need that. We've got x squared plus 5x minus 4x, so that's just plus x minus 20. Okay, so I FOIL all of that out. And I've got 24 and minus 20, so it should leave me with a positive 4. So it should wind up with something like this. X squared plus x plus 4 over 12x plus 60 divided by x plus 2 over x plus 5. Okay, well, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, so this is where it gets kind of tricky. X squared plus x plus 4 times x plus 5. Well, x squared times x is x cubed. Let's see, x squared times 5 is 5x squared. Okay, x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Okay, 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 5 is 20. So let's go ahead and bring some of that over here, simplify it. We've got x cubed plus 6x squared. Let's see, plus 9x plus 20. Now we got to do the bottom, so we're taking 12x plus 60 times x plus 2. All right. So 12x times x is 12x squared. 12x times 2 is plus 24x. 60 times x is 60x. And 60 times 2 is 120. So what I'm getting over here is I'm getting, it looks like 12x squared. Let me see what their answer is on this. This is what, 22? Let's see, 12x squared plus looks like 84x plus 120. We're going to take a step back here. I'm sorry if you wrote a whole bunch of this down, but I'm going to take this as x squared plus x plus 4 over we're going to call, 12 times x plus 5 times the reciprocal x plus 5 over x plus 2. Now one thing that will happen here is we'll notice that this x plus 5 can cancel out. So we can actually get left with x squared plus x plus 4 over 12 times x plus 2. So I'm really sorry, but that was getting more complicated than it needed to be, and we should get this for an answer right here. So I'm going to okay, so you understand that. All right, number 23. Use Pascal's triangle to expand. I don't know, I'm fairly confident you won't see this question on a test. But to show Pascal's triangle, at 0 we've got 1, 1 we've got 1, 1, 2 we've got 1, 2, 1, 3 we've got 1, 3, 3, 1, 4 we've got 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So that's what we would use there. 2x plus 4, we're going to take that to the fourth. So let's just, we got 1 times 2x to the fourth times 4 to the 0 plus 4 times 2x cubed, let's see, times 4 to the first plus 6 times 2x squared times 4 squared plus 4x to the first times 4 cubed plus 1 times 2x to the 0 times 4 to the fourth. And then we're going to take our calculator and reduce all of that down. Let's see, I'm going to do this on my personal calculator. We're going to get 2 to the fourth, which is going to be 16x to the fourth plus, we've got 2 cubed, which is 8, so we'll take 4 times 8 times 4, which is 128 x cubed. We got 6 times 2 squared times 4 squared, which is 384 with an x squared. And then we've got 4 times 2 times 4 cubed, which is 512x. And then 1 times 2 to the 0, which is 1. So really all we have there is 4 to the fourth, which is 256. So I'm going to check on this. Hopefully we're right. 16x to the fourth, 128x cubed, 384x squared, 512x plus 256. Answer is this right here. Okay, let's see, 24. Find the length of x. All right, because it's a right triangle and x are the same, these are what we're saying is these are congruent, and anytime I have a right triangle that's also isosceles, it's at 45, 45, 90. Okay, so our ratio is x to x radical 2, so essentially what I need to do is take 5 divided by radical, not by radical 5, but by radical 2, multiply by radical 2 over radical 2 to rationalize the denominator. You're going to get 5 radical 2 over 2. Okay, it's 24. 25. Number of bacteria present in a culture after minutes is given by B equals 10 E, where K is a constant. There are 9,612 bacteria present after 9 minutes. Find K. All right, well, what I'm getting is this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 10, because we're going to try to isolate K. Okay? So 9,612 divided by 10 is 961.2 equals e to the k to the ninth. At this point, I believe what we want to do is we want to find the natural log ln of 961.2. Hopefully I'm correct in this. Okay, let's move you over. Clear this out. Natural log 961.2. We'll get 6.86. 6.86818. Basically what that equals is it's going to equal k to the ninth. It gets rid of e. So k to the ninth at that point is divide by 9. Divide by 9. And if I'm not way off here, and I'm not, we should get 0.763. Okay, so k equals 0.763. Okay, and just so you know that we can check our answers on this, and we can plug that in back to the beginning. So if I do 10 second log, that's giving me that e, and I do 0.763 times 9, I should get that 9,612 or something very close to it. Okay, which I get 9,600, but considering the size of it, being off by 12 is really not that much. And if I continue to take that 0.76313138893, the closer I would get to that 9,612. So 0.763 is an estimate that gets us close. All right, 26. Okay, I got about 8 minutes. Hopefully I can get these last 5 done. Assume that all variables are positive. We have a to the fourth, b to the half, to the fourth. Well, what's happening here is that I'm multiplying by all the exponents on the inside. So that's really a to the 16th. 1/2 times 4 is 2. Okay, so I'm getting that, and I'm multiplying this. So this b, I'm going to take that 12 divided by this 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1, so that's times b, which is really b to the first, which means here I'm going to add those exponents. So I should get a to the 16th b cubed. We'll check that out. Make sure we're not wrong. A to the 16th b cubed. A to the 16th b cubed is correct. Okay, 27 wants us to use unit circle again to find the value of the trigonomic function. First thing I want to do is identify that that's in radians and that we want to convert it to degrees. So we're going to take negative 257. We're going to substitute in 180 for pi and divide by 4. Okay, let's throw that up here. Negative 257 times 180 divided by 4. Okay, it gives me a really, really large number. Basically what this means is I'm going to be going clockwise around this coordinate plane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 360 degrees because obviously I'm going multiple times around. So what I'm seeing is I'm going 32 times around completely with 0.125 left. So I'm going to take 360 times 32 to see what that equals. Notice it's 11,520. I'm going to take 11,565 and subtract to see how short we are or how many more degrees we would have to go. And what I'm seeing is I'm going 45 degrees past. So as I draw this, okay, we're going around 32 times. Okay, completely. So from here, I'm doing 32 complete revolutions starting from here, going this direction. And then on that 32nd time, I'm going 45 degrees past. Okay, so where this is 1, this is -1, this is radical 2. So use the unit circle to find the exact value of the trigonomic function tan. Well, tan is opposite over adjacent. So -1 over 1, which is just equal to -1. And that's our answer, is -1. So hopefully you saw what all was going on with the calculator there and understand how we got those numbers. Okay, 28. Okay, we have 4x squared minus x plus 5. All right, this one we're going to use the quadratic formula. So we're going to call this a, b, and c. So let's come down here. We're going to do 1, because that's -1. Okay, plus or minus the square root of -1 squared minus 4 times 4 times 5 all over 2 times 4. So we've got 1 plus or minus a square root all over 8. So those are the easier ones to do. All right, so -1 squared is 1. We've got -4 times 4 times 5. So -4 times 4 times 5 is -80. So we have 1 minus 80. That's giving me -79 in here. Okay, and so this is an acceptable answer, but the way they're going to write this up is 1/8, let's see, 1/8 plus or minus radical 79 over 8i. They're going to take this negative out and pull it out with an I. Okay, so this is our final answer using the quadratic formula. Okay, number 29, what are the solutions to 5x squared minus 8x plus 4? We can do the same thing with this one. Okay, let's see, we would get 8 plus or minus the square root of -8 squared minus 4 times 5 times 4. Okay, all over 2 times 5. So we're going to get 8 plus or minus the square root over 10. Okay, so we know that -8 squared is 64, and hopefully we remember from the other one that we should get -4 times 5 times 4 is going to be -80. So we've got 64 minus 80, which is -16. Okay, well, that gives me 4i divided by 10. So we're going to take 8 divided by 10. That's going to come out to 4/5 plus or minus, okay, 4 divided by 10 is 4/10 or 2/5. So 2i divided by 5. Okay, so 4/5 plus or minus 2i divided by 5, or 2/5 I. All right, one last question before I got to get out of here. Okay, write the exponential equation in logarithmic form. Okay, first thing you do is write log, bring that 8 down, and then switch the 1 and the 8. So that becomes 8. That equals 1. Okay, log base 8 equals 1. All right, that'll be it for me.